Alright guys, welcome back. This is a new video that we've just done and this is about how to bring NDI into your Zoom meeting. And if you've not used NDI, it will allow you to turn your mobile phone or your iPhone into a webcam. If you can't get hold of a webcam, bring it into Zoom and then you'll be able to use it. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. On Android, you might still have to pay for it unless you do some digging around, but that's entirely up to you. But for iPhone, it's totally free. We're going to show you how to do it. So the first thing I'm going to bring up is this, and this will show you the difference between using an Android phone and an iPhone. So with the iPhone, unfortunately, you're going to be using up a lot more data or a lot more bandwidth, if you like. So you're looking at the really tall one on the right. But for an iPhone, you're running NDI HX, which is the newer form of NDI, and that uses a lot less. So if you haven't got a particularly strong network connection, but you do have an iPhone, so for this we're going to be using an iPhone 6. So and we're going to be using an Android Samsung from about 2016, just as a comparison, and you'll see the difference. So that's what we're going to be using. Obviously the camera that I'm using isn't either, but we will be showing them as they are. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is look at our desktop, and we're going to see what we can do. So first of all, you'll need to install some couple of things. So we go to NDI or ndi.tv, scroll right down, and you'll find that there's something called NDI tools. You will need to download that. Okay, it's totally free. There is no charge. It's not going to clog up your computer in any way. And once you've downloaded it, you'll find the yellow icon, which is the virtual input icon. Okay, so for that, we need to click on it and just have it sat in our tray down here, ready to go. Now at the same time, you need to go to either iTunes or Google Play and have a look for the NDI camera app. Now for iPhone, it will be called NDI HX camera. For Android, if it's not on Google Play, you'll have to have a look around for it, and it's just type in Android NDI APK, see what comes up. Where you get it from is entirely up to you. Personally, I would go down the correct route, but that's your shout. Okay, so you'll need to install the NDI app or NDI HX app for your iPhone or for your Android phone. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to switch our NDI on, and just to prove it, I'm going to hold up the iPhone so you can actually see it. Come back to here. Oh, that's an email coming in. All right, so here's my iPhone here, and there you can see it's got the NDI app running, and the blue, if you like, box at the bottom is saying that it's transmitting. Now you have to have the transmission of your phone and your computer on the same network. Now it doesn't have to be necessarily both on wireless. Your computer can be hardwired and it should still work, right? So if we come back to our desktop, okay, and we minimize that, so here we have our Zoom meeting, which many people are using now. So we're just going to go into a new meeting here. All right, and it's saying we've got NDI video connected there. Now there you go, it's automatically found it, and the reason why it's found our video is because down here, if I right click on it, you can see that it's discovered that the iPhone is running the NDI HX camera app. Okay, and I can turn the picture off and I can turn it back on again like that. Okay, and it will pause it on the iPhone. It will pause the video. You can also bring audio through your iPhone. Okay, so secondly, what we're going to use is an Android phone. Okay, so I've got an Android phone here, which I can actually show to the iPhone, and if I log in to my phone, I actually get my PIN number correct. and load up the NDI app. Okay, and if I hold it that way, you can see the NDI app. Where's the camera? There it is. The NDI app is on. Okay. Now the camera needs to be switched over, so therefore you can actually see the camera there, right? So down on the desktop down here, I'm hoping that it's now found our other phone. So when I switch to our other phone, it will go black, but then when I switch the transmit button on, there it is there. Yeah, so now we're looking at our other NDI phone, and now I'm using that as a webcam. Now you can see it's square, but there is a setting on it to make it 16:9. But if you do make it 16:9, you can see that it actually starts to get a little bit laggy. It's not as clear as the iPhone. Okay, so if you have got an old iPhone, I would suggest using that, but otherwise if you've got an Android phone, I won't worry about it being 16:9. I'd keep it 4:3, and it seems to do a reasonable job. Now I'm going to be out of lip sync because I'm using a microphone that's not actually attached on these cameras, but you can use the microphone on these cameras. It is not a problem. So if we come back into our software, so if we go back to this chart here, you can actually see that the reason why the iPhone was better is because it's using up a lot less information. To bring your Android phone in, you're having to push the actual phone a bit harder than you would with the iPhone. So if you can, I would personally stick with an iPhone. As long as you've got iOS 11 or above, you'll be absolutely fine. I really hope that helps. And I will be doing some other videos. Leave any comments below of anything you want that's either related to doing OBS, or whether it's related to NDI, or whether it's related to virtual audio inputs or virtual video inputs. We're going to be covering some of that pretty soon. Yeah, and thanks for watching, and stay safe.